Okay, floor vinyl. On the first, I just cut this vinyl for like a, let's say, proper length. I cut a bit too long. How you see? Anyway, it can be like a cut on the side, one side. Also, let's say 10 to 13 centimeters, because you know, van has like a less than 2 meters, but I have no conditions. I do it on the street, so outside is too windy, and of course it's rainy today. Of course, yeah, our weather. And so anyway, it's much easier if you have it like a cut out on the sides outside, at least on one side, make it a bit wider than one floor. But of course, if you don't have it, you have just like a feet 2 meters wide. So to tell the truth, it's better to do it in two persons than one, but sometimes you have no choice. So I place it on the floor, and I try to make it just in the middle, just comparing how wide going on the sides. Maybe you notice I have no shoes right now. It's because we have later on we have to fold, not roll, just fold this vinyl, and if we place any like a dirt on it, later on it have a tendency to going under and left stupid looks like imperfections on vinyl. So of course, if it's like sometimes it's worth to leave it as is for 1 hour or two. Today maybe probably not, because it was in a house, so it's warmer than outside, so I don't suppose it's anything changed if I keep it on the floor. But in the summer it's definitely worth to keep like a 1 hour on the floor. It's more flat. Right now the most tricky part to do is cutting around the wheel arches. New blade. like usually. Always much safer is do everything in 2 steps than cut once too much. Unfortunately, this vinyl eats blade very quickly. it should looks like that. Can look better? Yes. Okay, the most tricky part is done. Don't have to be perfect. Later on we trim along the wood floor if the wood floor is have a nice shape or not. Better is to left the gap than don't left the gap at all here. Finally, because when we stick the floor, it should be gap just for like a change the dimensions because of heat, cold, etc. On this edge I left a bit more just to cover later on with trim maybe, but see here it's not to the perfect, but will be covered by aluminum trim, so it's not a problem. It's a problem, can be better. And that's it, but it's acceptable, let's say acceptable. This is good word. Okay, so right now we can like clean this offcuts and try to stick it out, stick it in or not out. So right now we can try to stick it. half is done. I have switched off the camera because there was no place to place the tripod inside the van. It's too windy outside to place the tripod outside, so the second part was similar like the first part. Anyway, right now we can stick and cut perfectly these corners, front corners, the floor, this edge along the sliding door, and of course these parts along the wheel arches. It's quite important to leave these gaps here just in case the sun operates on the floor. Of course, somewhere it's not important, but just keep this gap everywhere because it's